Using emotions as messenger. First, let's talk about what that actually means. So, emotions are simply energy. Unfortunately, we are not very educated in that area right now because it's not what we learn in school. We are not brought up in an environment to understand our emotions, to work with our emotions. Hence, that's why you see a lot of people in this world right now, we are constantly reacting instead of listening to ourselves, instead of responding through understanding of our emotions and how to carry out a task or an action or simply how to respond. So I am sharing with you right now about how to use emotions as they're meant to be, as messengers for clarity and action, instead of falling into the trap of a story that doesn't serve us, that's just doing us harm in some other way, experiencing too much negative emotions, negative experiences in our lives. While they are helpful, that's where the messenger part come in. But if we're constantly stuck in that loop of negative emotion, negative life, negative experience, it's really not serving us anymore. And this is how our journey in life becomes much, much longer. So just like any teaching in school, right? When the teacher is writing notes on the board or when they're talking about some important stuff that is for students to learn, we don't really have a strong emotional sense with the words that's coming out of the teacher's mouth. It's simply information, correct? And then we take in the information and do whatever we want with that. So the same thing with emotion. The emotion, your emotion that you experience is your teacher. It's showing you something. The reason why there's feeling around it is because it's energy. It's not neutrality. There's energy involved. And then we slowly start to create stories and meaning around it. One way to start viewing our emotions as messengers is to simply observe it. Observe it without disconnection. So it's detachment, but still in connection with it. And what detachment means is simply observing and allowing the experience to come through. One way to look at this is, let's say you are watching a comedy show or you're going for a stand-up comedy, okay? You observe the comedian's style, the way they express themselves on stage, and you're absorbing this information. You're starting to feel the experience they're providing you, and then you laugh, right? Even though we laugh really quickly, but what's actually happening is we are absorbing what they're presenting. We're trying to make sense in our head, and then we laugh because we see, oh, this is really funny. And if there's a sad story, what's our reaction? Our reaction is we most likely feel sad as well if we stay connected with that. But what's happening before you react to the sadness of the actor, for example? You are observing, right? In that observation, you are starting to experience that emotion. And because you know it's not your story, it's not exactly your emotion, you're still able to stay detached, right? You don't like really cry and fall on the street or on the ground and go over crazy about that, right? You experience it and then you're still detached, and you know that's an experience. It's a lovely experience. So back to our emotions. When you're experiencing emotion, whether it's joy, too much excitement, anxiety, sadness, whatever it is, the way to see them as messengers is to also ask the right question. Another way to learn how to use your emotion as messengers, to ask a question. Okay, where is this feeling coming from? Why am I feeling this way? How can I see what to do about this feeling? How to go beyond it? So in order for clarity and action to come through, we have to see what's beneath the layer. If we're not seeing beneath the layer, we're constantly again reacting. And if we're not aware of our own energies, we are constantly going to react. And many of us right now are still also stuck in sadness, right? When we are so bogged down by sadness, fear, all that icky feelings, we do not take action because we start getting used to them, to our stories in our head, and we stay comfortable in that zone. When we stay comfortable in our own zone of illusion, of what's not entirely true, we do not take action. This is how procrastination comes about. This is how addiction comes about. All those things that actually do not help us progress and move forward smoothly, effortlessly. So, my message is learn how to use your emotions as messenger so that you can move forward with clarity and action. You know what steps to take to move forward in whatever situation you're in, right? Do yourself that favor. This is also self-love, loving yourself so much because you know that you are so worthy. You deserve to have that full, beautiful human experience without feeling stuck, without feeling icky, without feeling as if a quicksand is pulling you down. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a comment below and I will get back.